Today we've got some new backpacks from Alpaka Gear, and I think we're getting pretty close to my ideal everyday carry bag. What's going on, everyone? Back with another episode of Stuff and Things. We're picking up today kind of where we left off in the last video when I was talking about gear, specifically Alpaka bags. And that was when we took a look at their Metro backpack as well as one of their tech pouches. If you guys haven't caught that video yet and you want to check it out, I'll leave a link right up here in the corner. In that video, I talked about what I'm specifically looking for in an everyday carry bag, and for me personally, it's really something that is multifunctional, but mainly leaning towards like the tech and camera gear side of things. I want a backpack that has a bunch of storage for the items that I bring with me on a daily basis, but I also want it to be flexible. That way I can kind of use it as a bag that will fit other gear at the same time. You could ask me exactly what I'm looking for in a backpack one day and then ask me the same thing the next day, and my answers might be a little bit different. So my tastes and needs are constantly evolving, but we're getting pretty close with these new packs that we're taking a look at today. We're gonna start with this one right here. This bag is still very new. It looks like I really haven't even put anything in here yet, but I've been using this for a very specific purpose, and then we're gonna dive into the one that I've really been using for the past like month, maybe month and a half now. So first up on the chopping block here is this bag, the Alpaka Gear Shift Pack V2. Now you guys will have to excuse me a little bit here because I don't have any experience with the first version of this pack. But if you check out their website, Alpaka says that this is the versatile bag that's perfect for commuting, carrying your laptop, or even taking on as a carry-on on your next trip. There are a lot of features on this bag that I think do make this great for traveling, and that's actually exactly how I've been using this bag, and we'll get into that in a second. This bag is made out of a durable sailcloth fabric, and it features a water-resistant outer shell that can withstand some pretty tough wear and tear. It does have a roll top opening, which means you can easily expand the volume of this bag and bring that extra gear. And that's really what leads into that versatility that I'm looking for. A big plus is that they have a separate padded laptop compartment that can fit laptops up to a 16-inch screen. That was my main concern with the Metro backpack because I like to travel with my 16-inch MacBook Pro, and unfortunately it's just a little bit too small to fit in there, but this bag and the next one we're looking at fits absolutely perfectly in this huge back compartment. Now for some of the quick specs, this bag has a 35-liter volume, so one of the bigger bags that I've ever seen from Alpaka. They're using what they call space cell foam padding on the shoulder straps, and this thing is actually very comfortable to carry with you even if you had it on your back all day. It features a luggage pass-through, which is perfect for use with my camera case, and there are two exterior water bottle pockets that fit fairly large water bottles. Now inside the padded and suspended laptop pocket, it has a really soft lining, again fitting a laptop up to 16 inches. There is a smaller pouch below it, which is absolutely perfect for an iPad, and you can actually access the main compartment through the laptop compartment as well. There's also an admin compartment up front here, which has a lot of different storage options. You got pens, you could put lights in here, a little bit of a zipper pocket on each side. We have some nylon webbing so you can put things with clips, and I'm basically using these for computer chargers. When wearing this bag, there are magnetic sternum straps that are included, weatherproof fabrics and weatherproof zippers like I mentioned. They're using the YKK AquaGuard just like we saw on the previous one that I reviewed. And there are a bunch of loops on the shoulder straps, which means you can easily attach some of the bags that we talked about in the past, like the modular sling or hub accessories, which you can find on their website. Now, over the last week and a half, I decided to use this bag as sort of a duffel bag because of this top roll compartment here. You have a big magnetic latch which slides to the side, and it gives you access to expand the storage in here. I can't even fit the bag in frame because once it's open, it's pretty dang large. It is closed with a zipper, but I've actually been leaving this open. And let's grab something like this pillow right here. This is a fairly large pillow, and I'm gonna stuff this thing down inside here just so you guys can see what the size looks like when it is actually packed out. So I could probably fit at least 2 more of those pillows in here and then zip the top, or just 1 more of those pillows if I wanted to actually roll this thing back up tight, which you probably want to do if you are keeping any kind of electronics in here. So now you have a better idea of what this thing looks like expanded, and when I was messing around with this thing, I figured that would be perfect to use as a duffel bag for all of my clothing while I'm traveling. I packed this thing to the brim and actually left this undone, so as you can see, you can fit a ton ton of clothing in here. This would be a great carry-on bag. But I have also been using this thing kind of as a laundry bag as well. I climbed into my van, I've been on the road for a little while, and I unpacked all of my clothing into some storage in the back. But now this is kind of just like a big empty sack, which is great for using as a laundry bag. Obviously, they probably didn't intend it to be used like that, but with a big wide opening on the top here, I can throw my dirty clothes in here, and then I just went to a laundromat the other day. I can simply zip this up and then roll it tight, walk into a laundromat, get all my clothing done and washed, and then I loaded this thing back up, brought it out to the van, and that's really all I've been using this bag for, just clothing. The padded laptop compartment on here is very nice, but the reason I'm skipping over this right now is because I like the other bag just a little bit better. You can see the pass-through right here if you wanted to access the main portion of the pouch. So that is really the only difference between this laptop compartment and the other. Now the admin portion on here, again, is the same as the next bag that we're going to take a look at, so I'll show you guys how I'm actually using that thing. And then you do have a little smaller, almost hidden compartment down here, and I've been keeping some things in the other bag because they are both very similar. So the shift pack is going to be great if you need a lot of space, but that is really not something that I'm looking for. So if you take a lot of the features that are in this thing right here and then just size it down a little bit to something a little more like regular backpack size, at least in my opinion, that brings us to this bag right here, which is known as the Elements Backpack Pro. And this thing I've been using daily since I received it in the mail. Now, Alpaka says on their website that this might be the perfect companion for everyday carry. Its modern functional design is good for a lot of different tasks, and that is exactly what I'm looking for. Just like with the SwitchPack V2, this is featuring a dedicated laptop sleeve for most 16-inch laptops. That's found in the main compartment. It has the front admin panel just like the other bag, and multiple other compartments for organization. It's using a lot of really nice materials, and I have worn this backpack quite a lot, and I will tell you, it is very comfortable. For the specs on the Elements backpack, this has a 26-liter capacity because, again, we're getting rid of that roll top. One of my favorite things is that it has a quick access top pocket and that hidden front pocket as well. You've got the smart internal organization for all of your everyday carry stuff. And again, it has two exterior water bottle pockets, which fits basically any water bottle. We've got weatherproof fabrics on here, YKK AquaGuard waterproof zippers. They are also lockable on this bag. And again, we've got loops on the shoulder straps, that way you can attach modular slings or other Alpaka accessories. So when we're talking about an everyday carry bag, what exactly are we looking for? Again, you could ask me this on 2 separate days and my thoughts would probably change a little bit. But for me personally, over the past couple of weeks, I need to have my laptop with me. I need to have a tablet with me, all of my chargers, water bottle pockets, of course. The bag has to be comfortable and it has to have a little bit of expanded storage or just extra storage, maybe not even expandable like the shift pack, but I need to have extra space in here. That way I can drop something like an extra camera or batteries or some kind of filming gear in there with me, because that's what I use every single day. So let's pick this bag apart a little bit, starting back here on the straps. These things have a really cool looking texture to them and they are super comfortable. The back piece is kind of contoured, so it fits me very well. It's got some breathable foam which is resting up against your back, and then again it has this luggage pass through, which is absolutely perfect because I keep all of my camera gear in a rolling case. So when I have all my like sit down at a desk working stuff in here, my computer and tablet and laptop, and then also all of my camera gear in another case, I can simply slide this over the handle of a rolling bag, and then I have everything that I need with me at all times. It also works great as a grab handle too. If it's like in your trunk or in the back seat of a car, it makes it very easy to grab and kind of throw around. Now moving into the laptop compartment here. Now you guys have probably already figured this out, but a big selling point for me is the bright orange interior. Not only are black and orange kind of my colors, but it makes seeing your gear a lot easier because it's so bright. Now the padding on this bag is great. I'm not worried about my MacBook at all. This is what that looks like. No case, no real protection on there. It simply slides into the back slot and it fits perfectly. It honestly looks like you could fit something a little bit bigger, but they do advertise it as a 16-inch fitting in here perfectly. We've got a few straps here in case you wanted to like wind up cables or put anything with clips on there. And then this smaller compartment down here, just like the shift pack, this is all very similar, fits my iPad mini perfectly. You could probably put a 12-inch iPad in there as well, but this is what I do all of my photo photo editing and stuff like that with on. Now this is the main compartment, so this is kind of what I consider like the extra storage. I typically don't put anything in here unless we're out walking around. Then I can drop extra cameras, lenses, batteries, and things like that down into the bottom of this compartment, and it kind of acts as like just a run and gun camera bag. It's not advertised as a camera bag, and I'm really looking forward to the day that Alpaka hopefully comes out with a bag that kind of meets that criteria. Maybe like a padded bottom that is perfect for a camera, so you can just pull it out really quickly. So hopefully we will see something like that from Alpaka in the future. Now a lot of the bags that I talk about on my channel often have something up here like a quick dump pouch, and that's exactly what this bag has. So it has the really nice zippers, which really don't make any noise because there's no metal on metal here. They're using these little like faux leather kind of nylon feeling material tabs, and this is where I will empty out my pockets with whatever I have with me if I'm like going into the gym. This compartment is not very big. It's about the size of maybe like 2 fists inside of there, but that makes it perfect for all of my EDC items. So I have things like an AirPod, I have a little razor blade, X-Acto knife, my flashlight of course, business cards, and it also has a really nice felt liner in there, so it would be no problem throwing in a pair of sunglasses because they're not going to get scratched up unless you have other gear in there with them. Now moving up to the admin compartment on this bag, if we drop this down, again, a lot more orange. And this is where you can get really detailed with your organization. So over here I have the charger for my MacBook and the included cable down in here as well. I keep a charging cable for my iPad as well as a little extra dongle here. And this thing is actually obsolete for me at this point because I have all of these ports since I just upgraded my computer. It's nice to have though if you're working with other creative friends and they need some extra ports like HDMI, USB-A, or USB-C. We have another little stash compartment up here if you want to put something in like long-term storage, which is kind of what I consider it when it's like a pocket within a pocket. This compartment does expand out a little bit, but generally everything that I have in here, this is it. So you got some more nylon straps across here for anything that has a pocket clip on it, and then a mesh compartment up here where right now I'm just keeping some extra cash while I'm on the road. And then last but not least, we have this kind of little hidden compartment down here. Again, this has an orange lining on it so you can tell if the bag is open, which is kind of like a nice safety feature. And the fabric overlays this pocket that way if you have anything in there with the zipper closed, the water should just kind of bead right up off of this. It is a very clean, modern looking backpack. It has a really nice grab handle on the top here, which is padded. There are a lot of nice features on this bag, and because of that, it has really become my go-to for the past couple of weeks now. So this pack has fixed a lot of the things that I didn't really like about the Metro because I needed to carry more gear. It's still fairly small, but not much bigger, so I can still bring my laptop and everything that you guys just saw, but it's not overly big. This thing is very easy to manage and it holds all of my gear fairly nicely. This still has a really nice modern design and all of the great alpaca materials, so if you guys have not checked out Alpaka bags before, I still highly recommend it. It seems like they're coming out with more and more bags as people keep giving them feedback on how they like to use backpacks, and hopefully we can see something like this, but with a little more camera orientation to it. Maybe a single water bottle pocket, but then a side zipper with an extra compartment there. That way I could slide a full DSLR in there, or extra lenses, or really just any kind of camera bag. Alpaka, if you're watching this, please make a camera bag because I think you guys would kill it and it would be awesome. But for now, this is going to be my go-to backpack. I will still use it kind of as a camera pack and just like a go to work style bag. I could talk about these things for a while, but hopefully that gave you some insight on my thoughts on these new products. If you guys have any questions on these bags, let me know in the comments down below. And if you know a bag that would kind of tick all of my boxes, which again, I don't even really know what my boxes are, but if you think there's something that I should check out, let me know, and maybe I will find the absolute perfect bag sooner than later. I believe right now there's currently a small discount code, and if I can find that, I will drop it in the description down below. So if you guys want to pick up some gear for yourself, feel free to use that code and save some money, or don't use it, whatever, it's up to you guys. If you're new here, consider clicking subscribe because I make new videos every single week. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.